Hi, everybody. Vincent Maggard here, and today I'm going to review the movie If. IF, capital letters. Quite a short name, first of all, I have to say. But I have to say, I really enjoyed the movie. I've watched it several times since it came out. It's quite good. They said they were going for a live action Pixar film, and I think they did it. It definitely felt like something that was Pixar esque in nature. And as somebody that really loves Pixar, you might have guessed that my next thing I'm going to say is I also really loved the movie. And I have to say, it was so good. The first time I watched it was opening night, Friday night, the first Friday it was out in theaters in the United States. And everybody, from the kids in the auditorium to grandparents, was crying and laughing at this movie. It really, I think, strikes a chord with everybody. And that's hard for a movie to do. So I appreciate the fact that it can be done. I never personally have been the hugest fan of the Quiet Place movies. I'm not saying they're bad, they're just not my style of movie. So I haven't really been paying that much attention to John Krasinski. But, and I think I pronounced his last name wrong, but what I can say is that this film, I think, really hits on all cylinders. It's actually quite good. And I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes on what John has available for us to watch next time. So, he's successfully got my attention with this movie. The jokes I find are absolutely hilarious, and there is moments in this film that will make you cry of happiness and of sadness. I'm not going to say any spoilers in this review, so you're not going to know what that's about. But again, it's a movie I think you definitely should see. It deserves to be seen on the big screen. I highly recommend you go out and see it. I'll have a technical review of it coming out later, but it was so good. The picture was stellar and beautiful, and the audio was mixed perfectly with a beautiful score by a guy that literally has even scored Pixar movies before. The guy that scored this movie actually scored the movie Up. So the audio, again, it was just so good. I haven't heard a movie mix that good in a while, and quite frankly, I think the last time I did was probably Wonka, and before that, it was probably going to have to be the Elemental movie from Pixar from last year. So the sound, I think, is such an important part of a film, and I think that they really nailed it with this film. The mix is so good. I was hearing it in a 5.1 equipped movie theater, and the back surround channels was actually used, and some movies I've watched, most actually, they barely touch those channels the entire movie. They actually use them a decent amount in the If movie. So you're like me and you think they should really be using those for something more than just sitting around being dead air. Then congratulations, this is a movie for you because they actually do use those channels for something more than just sitting there. So again, at the end of the day, how good is this movie? I think it's really good. If Wonka was a 10, this is a 9.5. And Wonka for me probably was a 10. It was so good. I really loved the movie Wonka. And I have to say, this movie is so good. I felt pretty much the same way I did about Wonka with this movie. It's a movie that just, I find it hard to believe that you couldn't like this movie. Unfortunately, some film critics don't seem to care for the movie. The film critic score is 51% on Rotten Tomatoes. I wish it was better than 51%, but hey, at least some film critics like it. I wish it was a much bigger number. But if you can call me a film critic, then you at least have one more person to add to the good score on it. It's an original idea. I think it's quite interesting, and it's just really good. But what I will say on the original idea front, I have seen people, including my friend Billy, say that it feels like it's a Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends movie. I've never seen that cartoon, so I honestly do not know how similar it is to the movie. But I'm going to have to probably check out the cartoon just to see at some point. But I thought it was quite good. And so, to me, it does seem to be a pretty original idea. It was really great. And as a side note, the Ifs in this movie are just amazing characters, especially the Blue character. This big purple pom-pom looking thing is just such an amazing little creature. I don't know what this thing is, but it's so sweet. Blue is such a sweet character in this film. I think Blue and then our main character played by Kaylee. Oh man, amazing. Ryan Reynolds, I also thought did quite good in this movie. I think Ryan Reynolds can do good in several different movies, but family movies in particular, I find Ryan Reynolds is very well suited for. That's my opinion. Some people's going to disagree with me probably, but I think he's pretty good. So, folks, at the end of the day, I would say go see it because, unfortunately, with the way it's doing, at least in my local theater, every screening that I've been in has not had that many people. And talking to the person that owns the theater, she seems to think that it's not going to do that good. By the way, I should also probably clarify, in the interest of full disclosure, the theater didn't pay me a penny to make this review, but I have got a semi-friendly relationship, I guess you could say, if not a friendship, with the people that run the movie theater. So, folks, at the end of the day, maybe I'm biased. I don't think I am, but I feel like I need to make that clear up front, even though I said it at the end. But the point of the matter is that, potential conflict of interest here. So, anyway, folks, look, I'd go out and watch it while you have the chance. I have a feeling it's not going to stay in theaters as long as I'd like it to. I don't think it's going to do as good as we hoped. At least I hoped. But what I can tell you is it's still done okay. And yeah, again, it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, please do. I think you'll really enjoy it. Well, everybody, I thank you so much for watching this film review. And until next, everybody, goodbye.
And action.